Hello and welcome to a special interview here on SportSide. I'm joined by Scotland international rugby player Finn Russell. Finn, thank you for coming on here for an interview today. Belated congratulations on the victory over England. How was it to be a part of that?
It was amazing. It was probably the best match I've been part of, well, my whole rugby career, and the best one I've had. So it's it was a great to be part of that with the team.
Yeah. And it's the first win Scotland have recorded over England in 10 years, and it's also the biggest win in the Six Nations for Scotland over England. So, and yourself being the man of the match, it was just everything was going right that day.
Yeah, I think that was the thing. You know, Ireland the week after that, we created a lot of chances, and the last pass didn't go to hand. And I think against England these passes stuck. So it was things went our way that day, and against Ireland they didn't. So it was.
And talk me through that pass, that infamous pass of the day. Like, I think a lot of people in Murrayfield were kind of holding their breath when it went about 20 yards or so. What was going through your mind when you released it over?
You don't really think about anything like that. You just you're in the moment, and you throw the pass, and just like I say, you've done it before. You throw maybe not passes like that, but similar passes or different offloads in training. So you know you can do it, and you don't think about it. It's just spur of the moment. It just happens, and you just go with it. And
your penalty sealed the win over Scotland. How was it that not only you got a man of the match performance, but you could have sealed the victory off?
Yeah, no, it was good. The penalty was good. It was a pretty easy one for me, and I remember just thinking, just make sure I get this on the clock then and take us out with a bit further away from England, which was the main thing at that point of the game. So there wasn't really pressure because we're ahead, but at the same time there is, because you try to kill them off. But it was again, you hit those kicks however many times before, so it's fine.
And you kind of received the backlash, a lot of critics from that defeat against Wales and then the narrow win against France. So how was it for you going into that game to kind of take that criticism aside and go in and put the performance you did?
Yeah, I think you always get that. Playing professional sport, international sport, you always get criticism. Or there's always a lot of people who think they know a lot about rugby when they might not. So now it's one of these things that you just got to learn to deal with it, and it doesn't really faze me too much. It's always going to be there. You can't hide from it. So yeah, you just you take each. I do anyway. I take each game as it comes. So no matter what's happened the last game, it doesn't really matter. It's a new game. It's a new challenge. So going into the France game, a few mistakes, but then so everyone was kind of on my back after those two games. But then against England again, it's a different challenge, and everyone stepped up a little bit, and we managed to beat them.
And it was kind of a mixed Six Nations campaign. It kind of got off the rocky start. Then you got the win against England, and then of course the Ireland defeat, which Ireland themselves had a great Grand Slam Six Nations, so they were the team to beat. And the kind of narrow win against Italy. How do you summarise the Six Nations campaign?
Yeah, I think a bit up and down. Didn't get off to the best start potentially. Wales didn't play that well. Against France didn't even play that well, but managed to beat them. And then England kind of clicked, and we had a great game there. And then Ireland was similar to the England game, but those last passes didn't go to hand. I think there was about 3 chances that we could have ran a try in, which that's it. They won by 20 points. 3 tries could be 21 points. So it'd have been a very different game if the chances we created against Ireland would have stuck, and we'd have scored points. In Italy, I think last game is always going to be hard over there when they've not won a game, and they're always going to put us under a lot of pressure like they did. And I think we just didn't really have that killer sort of mentality going into the game, and we didn't really take our chances again when they were there, and we let them get a few soft tries, which keeps them in the game. But now again, we managed to win those games. That game, the France game, are games that Scotland in the past could have lost. So it was good to get the wins.
Let's talk about your relationship with Gregor Townsend. Gregor brought you through when you were still at Glasgow Warriors until the end of the season, and Townsend of course moved on to the Scotland head coach role. Did that relationship carry through, and how that he kept faith in you to continue on despite the criticism you got? Yeah,
we got on well at Glasgow. It's different having Gregor. Different having Gregor as Scotland coach than having him at club coach. At club coach, you're there with him the whole time, and it is a different relationship. He's only got you for a small period of time through the year, which is quite good. It's good. It was good having Gregor at club, and then having Vern at head coach. It's good having Dave Rennie at club and now Gregor. They're sort of different coaches, which I quite like. And I feel my relationship with him has been better since he's been the Scotland coach. We get on. It feels much easier to chat to him, which is good. So yeah, the relationship's definitely gone on to the international level, but it's good.
And of course, the first kind of challenge Gregor Townsend had at Murrayfield was those autumn test, Canara win against Samoa, almost a win against All Blacks, and then completely wipe the floor with Australia. Does that give you confidence in going to next year for next year's World Cup?
Yeah, I think we've been playing well under Gregor. The summer tour was good, and then the autumn test, it was like you say, a narrow defeat against New Zealand, which was frustrating. But we've been playing a good style of rugby like the last few years, and we've managed to keep that going. I think it's just being able to win these narrow games, like against France, and until we managed to do it. But it's been able to do that against the best teams in the world, and even Ireland or Wales game, when we get behind, being able to get back in and getting the initiative again and getting ourselves back in the game when you're 15, 20 points behind, we need to get better at doing that. But I think that will come. It's got better over the last 4 years since I've been involved. Not just me making it better, but since I've been involved, I feel it's got better as a team. But no, we're getting there. So the summer tour will be good, going against Canada, America and Argentina. So a few good tests there, but looking forward to it.
Let's talk about a club level. You've made 76 appearances for Glasgow Warriors. You're leaving at the end of the season. What went to that decision to take on a new challenge?
And like you said, there, a new challenge is what I was looking for. It's great playing at Glasgow. I love being there and I get on with the guys so well. It's just tough leaving all that behind. But I think for me, in my career, it was the right decision for me to go over to France or to leave and get myself new challenges, kind of freshen things up a little bit and keep me going. And not just on the field. I'm looking forward to being off the field in France, trying to learn the language and different culture over there. It'll be tough, but it'll be challenging. But I'm really looking forward to that, and I think for me that'll help me in the long run.
And you're set to replace Stan Carter when he's moving to Japan. It must be pretty big boots to fill.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, I've played against him a few times, which it's been good. He's obviously a legend of the game, but it's always like that, So it's wherever you go, there's going to be someone there that you're having to fill. You've got shoes to fill no matter where you go. So I could have gone anywhere. There'd been similar sort of thing, I suppose. But Dan Carter, he's there. There's Pat Lambie. There's lots of good tens there just now. So it's not just trying to fill his boots. It's kind of having to go there and get a game to start with. So I'm looking forward to the challenges.
Would you encourage other players in the Scotland team to kind of go abroad and try new challenges, kind of venture out from Glasgow?
I don't know how to answer that one. I think it depends on the individual. There's been a lot of guys who like being in Glasgow. They love it there, and that might be what they want. For me, I wanted to go and experience the different things. So I think it's down to the individual. If they really want to go, they'll go. Or if boys want to go, they'll go. If they don't want to go, they'll stay. It's I think everyone's different. You've got a lot of guys who've got families. It makes it harder for them to leave, and a lot of young guys, they want to first get off there and make a name for themselves almost, to then be picked up by other teams. So it just depends on the player. And
a lot of people are saying John Barclay was Scotland's player of the tournament for the Six Nations. How big an influence is he on just not only yourself but the entire teams and performances? Yeah,
Barclay's been great. He's been captain. Greig was captain this time last year, and then Barks took over from him when he's been injured and stuff. So it's been good having him. He's good. He helps out so much. And I think a few years ago he wasn't in the Scotland squad, so he's managed to get his position back again. And I'd say he's been one of the players of the tournament for us, which is great. And he's playing some of the best rugby. And now he's moving back up to Edinburgh soon. So it'd be good to have him back up here for the SRU and for Scottish stuff.
And we're here in Kilmacombe today at St Columba's school. You've been coaching with a lot of the younger pupils today. How's that been for yourself to kind of take a wee coaching session and kind of what these kids would say is looking up to you as an idol almost? Yeah,
it's good to come along to these days with the kids playing. I remember when I was younger, you'd have, back then the current professional boys internationals coming down, and it's always it kind of spurs you on to want to be like them, I suppose. So now it's good to get along watching the kids. It's some good rugby out there, nice day for it, and the main thing I was kind of saying was just enjoy it. Make sure you keep enjoying it. I think I watched from primary 5 up to second year, which was good. So obviously the level gets better and better and more physical as you go on, but I think even the primary 5s, it was a great standard of rugby for that age. And what was your school rugby career like? I know kind of later stage, kind of amateur stage, you were with Falkirk. You've also been with the Scotland under-20s before you moved to Glasgow. Do you miss school rugby? I didn't have any school rugby, to be honest. I think I played a handful of games. My big brother, him and quite a few of his mates were all rugby players, so they had a decent team of theirs going about, and then once they left, that was kind of the end of it. So I played at Stirling County since primary 3. That was kind of my team growing up that I played for before I moved on to Falkirk when I got signed. But yeah, I had great memories when I was kind of coming up through Stirling County and made some of my best friends there, which is great. I think the school now, Wallace High, they've got I think they've got a rugby. What would you call it? Rugby academy. That's the word I was looking for. I couldn't think of it. They've got a rugby academy now, which is great for the school. So I've been down to that a couple of times, and I think rugby in schools has definitely grown. When I was growing up, it was always football, but it is definitely rugby's getting bigger, which is great to see. So it's good getting back home and going down to Stirling County or going back to my school when I can.
And you confident in the future of Scotland players coming through?
Yeah, definitely. I know for me at Stirling County, it's always has had a great youth section. I played at Ayr, they've got a great youth section in Falkirk. When I was there, it wasn't that good, but they've managed to grow it, massively the last few years, 4 or 5 years, which is great to see. And seeing all the kids out there today, it's brilliant. So I think there definitely is a bright future for Scottish rugby.
And you're only 25 at the moment, but maybe a bit further away to think about. Would you maybe go into a coaching role, similar to maybe in schools or even up into club level?
Yeah, I do enjoy it. It's good fun. My dad, he coached me and my brothers when we were growing up, so I've been down and helped him out a little bit. Yeah, something I definitely think about. I'll see where my career goes and then see what I fancy in a few years. Yeah, I'm still, I guess, quite young. I've still got hopefully another 10 years in me. So yeah, I think after the next few contracts, I'll then start having to think about that and what I fancy. And if it was a school coaching job or a club or maybe even higher than that, I'm not sure yet. I'll see what I fancy later on in life, I suppose.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you
for coming on. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out other videos and articles on SportSide.